Welcome to Raleigh, North Carolina, Carter Finley Stadium, home to the North Carolina State Wolfpack, and the fans here on this leg of Tobacco Road have been getting ready since early this morning. Today, we have one of those games that tests your focus. Top 25 team against an unranked opponent. Can you take care of business? As we see a squad from the Big 12, the Utah Utes, taking on the 8th-ranked team in the land, the NC State Wolfpack. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Utes will kick it off to get us underway. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. On first down, here comes this offense. Quick handoff. Finds some space, enough to get 5 to the 22. These two conferences have been tied together for years through the Sugar Bowl, a little testiness with the whole Texas-Oklahoma thing, and now the rivalry on the field between the Big 12 and the SEC.
Yeah, and conference realignments played a big factor, too, between these two conferences. Think back to when Texas A&M and Missouri joined the SEC. So this is always a fun one to watch, David. Wide open offense from the Big 12, and then you get the physicality and the speed from the SEC.
I think you nailed it right there. Two totally different worlds. They live in different worlds all the time. One is pitchy woo-woo, throw it around all over the yard. The other one, physicality. Which style can present itself today and win the ball game?
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
They'll run the sneak for it.
And, David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
They move the tight end all over. They'll go to the ground. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Quarterback will audible. Wide out in motion. On 2nd down, just keeps firing. Using the quick game. They get him down after he makes a catch. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. NC State quick to the line.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on 3rd down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Trying to find his man on first down. quickly out to the tight end. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. NC State with the 1st and 10 here. Quarterback checking the play. Wants to throw on first down. Fires toward the end zone. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete. He had the speedster loose, and he just couldn't connect. Just a little too much juice on the pass.
Yeah, those ones that you got a guy wide open, a lot of times quarterbacks will tell you that those are the ones you kind of, like, I don't want to mess this up, and you either put way too little on it, or in this case, way too much on it.
Deep shot for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Wolfpack. They're on the board first here in the season opener.
And that is exactly what you love to see as a head coach. Watching your offense take the field, first drive of the game, and you're methodical. And you take what the defense gives you. You make good decisions. You don't have negative plays. You don't have missed assignments. That shows your head coach that you are locked in and ready to go.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. And the Utes want to crank the tempo.
And all defenses talk about it. Sacks, tackles for a loss, affecting the quarterback the best way you can. The first drive of the game, already getting home. Nice start for this defense.
And that was a really good job by the defense. Again, keeping everything in front of you in that situation. And now you're rewarded with the 3rd and long. So on this down, we'll see if they bring some pressure or if they lay back.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. Back to throw, it's Ellington. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Well, that defender just was better in his one-on-one on the pass rush. He does a great job being the offensive lineman to get to the QB.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working, Dave.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Bought a little time, lets it go.
Zone coverage that time, and the cornerback, a nice job with his eyes. He's watching the quarterback. He sees the ball thrown, so he knows exactly when to break on it. He's able to break it up for an incompletion.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Makes a connection. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
That is going to drive this defensive coordinator nuts. A lot of DCs, they focus a ton of energy on how their unit performs on third down and in the red zone. If this defense gives up a couple more third down conversions like that, they're going to be in for a very unpleasant film session on Monday.
He wants to throw. Looking deep down the right side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. After the incompletion, it's second down. He's looking to throw. Skips away from pressure. Trying to escape and get it himself. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
And that's a really good job by this defense, because remember, when the quarterback runs, now you got an extra blocker, because he's not just handing it off and standing there, and they still did a good job at the point of attack, kind of strung it along and made him run out of bounds.
That's the end of the quarter. With the score, NC State 7, Utah 0.
Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. From the gun, wants to pass. Showing the arm strength down the left side. Fires the pass, intercepted. Got some room to run. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
Quick strike complete. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. The Utes come to the line in the hurry-up. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. It's loose. Now look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it.
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. Problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
They'll throw it on first down. Pressure coming. They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that first down. And the Utes have it with a 1st and 10. Back to pass, it's Ellington. The quick out. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And that's the danger. When you've got a receiver like that, if you blitz and you're playing man coverage, he's one-on-one, and he's going to burn you if you don't get home to the quarterback.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Well, even though that pass was incomplete, I wouldn't be shocked if this defense in the second half decides to play some deeper coverages. This offense has already shown they're willing to be aggressive, and they've got a lot of speed. Moving forward, this defense cannot afford to give up big plays in the passing game.
Give to the back. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here.
These are the ones in the stands where you get booed if it doesn't work. Why would you run the ball on 2nd and long? You stink, OC. Or you get the big applause and you're like, yes, nice job. Keeping the manageable third down situation. Good call. So tough spot to be in 2nd and long. Nice answer, nice run by the running back.
And had they not picked up that first down, it would have been decision time for the head coach, right? You're kind of in no man's land on the fridge. Are you trying a long field goal? Are you going for it on 4th down? But because of the execution there and the nice throw, let's keep this drive going. Let's see if we can get 6.
Now 2nd and 10. From the gun, the running back has it. He showed it all there, a little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down.
And you're going to hear this guy's name a lot. They're going to ride the big fella. He's such a stud. They're going to build the offense around him. This is just game one, but you're going to get a lot of big runs from this cat.
They're working that left side.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Utes! Lining up for the PAT. Bangs it through for an extra point. So an 82-yard drive there. And the capper came on the run to the end zone from the 13. Fair catch, called for and made. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this round.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Pressure got to the QB that time. He was trying to find his check down out of the backfield, but the hit forced the incompletion.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. How about that? Making a play and setting up your offense inside the 40 at the 39.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
To the air on first down. Feeling some heat. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
Good news is they didn't lose a ton of yards. The bad news is that's the 3rd sack they've given up now in this game. They have got to do a better job protecting this quarterback.
They gave up the sack on first down. Now it's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Back to throw, it's Ellington. Flushed out of the pocket. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
The Utes will try to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got him, and they convert. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the first down. He need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
And that one's incomplete. And now on 2nd down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Release to the back. Finds his man down the middle. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
That's an awesome play call, having the running back on the angle route against the blitz. So they bring the linebackers. That completely vacates the middle of the field wide open. Running back runs right into it, and nice job on the throw.
Pre-snap motion in the backfield. He'll just keep slinging it. Floats it out in space. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute warning before halftime. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, Utah.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Leaves it with the back. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Utah!
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he's going to run it back. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. North Carolina State has it back on the offense, headed to the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Dialing up a second down pass play. Trying to get to it. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this third down play. Clock running. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Caught close to the marker. It's Blunt. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. He's going to pass. He's going to throw deep right side. And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
I know it was incomplete, and I'm okay with it. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm going to keep taking shots down the field. I'm going to make him honor that deep ball. I'll hit some of those before the game's over.
After the misfire, now on 2nd down. Off the RPO, complete. Still running at the 40. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense. Looking to move it through the air. Fires one high and deep. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Bringing it back.
And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position. That's one of those throws. He tried to give it some touch, and as soon as it left his hand, you know he was thinking, no, please bring it back, bring it back.
As a quarterback, Reese, you've got to throw the ball with conviction. Generally, when you throw it harder, oftentimes you're a lot more accurate. All of a sudden now, you try to take something.
Going to throw it over the top of the D. And it's caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Utes! Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land.
And that is the first passing touchdown, first of many of the season for this offense. Nice drive by the offense. Way to finish it, take care of the football, make some plays in the passing game. This offense looks like they're going to be a really hard one to stop.
NC State, 7.
Going for the return. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
You just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You've got to be so smart if you're going to be aggressive with your decision-making.
The incomplete pass leaves him with second down. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On second down, they'll take to the air. And he goes down back at the 1-yard line. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. They've been able to put together nothing. Now 3rd and long from their own 1. From his end zone, he'll have to get rid of it. Gets rid of it. It's incomplete. Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage.
I tell you what, to get home to the quarterback and force pressure while just rushing 3 allows your back end to cover so much space. Now you got 8 guys in coverage. It makes you really dynamic in the back end of your defense.
And they'll touch it dead at about the 40. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Well, that was less than choreographed. Everybody going on their own snap count there. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense set on first down. The DBs will back off a bit. Looking downfield, it's Ellington. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Oh, he's playing with fire, and he's picked off. Got room on the return. And the defender is tackled, and that's how we'll run out the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. North Carolina State will kick it off to open the third quarter. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback, Ben. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
Got his man quickly. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? Second down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing game.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. And the incompletion brings up a second down. Wants to throw. It's Ellington. He hurls one deep down the left side. He makes a grab. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Utah!
And it's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. His second receiving touchdown of the game. That's your job as a coach. Find my playmakers, get them the ball so they can do damage and have games like this right here.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. USF is piling up the points here today. They've opened up a massive lead in what's shaping up to be the kind of blowout neither side will soon forget. They're up by 28 over the Coyotes. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. They're trying to get to it.
You see a lot of quarterbacks get in trouble when they start forcing things. He did a really good job. He wanted to throw the football. You could tell. Drops back, nothing open. It's okay. I'm just going to take off, get what I can get.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game. And it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
Snap from the gun on third down. He's going to take off. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. NC State going up tempo.
Defense in that situation just has to know to stay in their lanes. You know, it's hard enough to get this guy down on the ground, but you just can't let him escape. You got to build the fence. You got to build the cage. Keep him in the pocket, and that time he was just able to use his athleticism to get outside and go pick up the first down.
And he left that one short, tried to baby it in there. He's got to turn it loose.
You know, sometimes the hardest completions for quarterbacks are the ones where guys are wide open. You don't have to throw it any faster trying to get it to him quickly because you know he's so wide open. Like on that last play, just take your steps, throw in rhythm, and just throw a catchable ball.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
Love the execution there in the screen. The running back shows pass protect, last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
From the gun on third down. Fires left. That third down pass was coming in hot before it fell to the ground.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on third down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on fourth down. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, NC State.
Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Trying to make magic with his feet. This senior quarterback never afraid to run it when he has to pick up a first down.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. And he was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
Looking to go up top on first down. Couldn't hang on to that one. This defense has already picked off 3 passes, almost had the 4th. It'll be second down.
We've seen a lot of good hands in the back end of this defense in this game. They've got multiple interceptions. That was not a good example, though. That should have been another one, but they say people play defense for a reason.
Now on second down after the incompletion. He's looking to throw. They're bringing heat. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Catch in the middle. It's Blunt. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On fourth down, looking to pass. Lost one deep down the right side. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field.
And sometimes the best defense is getting a little bit lucky. He was open. He had a chance to make a play. He just drops it through his hand. It was pretty good defense, but you take those breaks when you can get them.
Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Gets it out quickly. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Second down coming up. To the air, it's Ellington. Fires it incomplete.
And you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark. You don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong. But sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
On third down, going up top. It's complete. And he won't be able to get in as the defense gets him down at the 1. And the Utes have it in scoring position on first and goal. Trying to pound their way in. Touchdown, Utes! And the punishment has...
Touchdown, Utah.
Well, this offense said they wanted to start the year all gas and no breaks, and that's exactly what this game has shown. From the very opening whistle, this offense has been in sync. They've been explosive. Defense has had no answer for them. This unit is going to give teams problems because of their playmaking ability all year long.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
35, NC State 7.
On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. And the defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before. So you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
Brings up second down.
Offense gets set for second down. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. On second down, he'll let it fly. Whoa, does he turn that loose down the middle. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
I like quarterbacks that are being aggressive, but moving forward, if your guy's not open downfield, it's okay just to check it down to a tight end or a running back and take the profit.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. It's caught downfield. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback.
And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. Never had a chance to get rolling after the pick, but he gives them the ball in prime field position at the 40.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
Tosses it incomplete. After the quarterback and receiver couldn't connect, it's second and 10. They'll run it from the gun. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. The D thinking bring some heat on third and long from the 44. Dropping back, it's Ellington. Makes the grab down the middle. Gets away from one, finds some space. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down.
He's brought in at the 34. That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Utah 35, NC State 7.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. He's knocked down in the backfield, a swarming defense, and he'll lose 7. Here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. Finds his man. It's Cherry. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. The Utes have their offense in high gear.
First down for the offense.
They'll throw it on first down. Moves around to clear up the vision. Pulls it in. It's Cherry. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. And the Utes have it in scoring position on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and leading the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Unsuccessful second down, and now I'm immediately thinking, I got a little bit more than I want, so what are my pass plays? What am I going to get into here offensively to try to have success on third down?
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Needs to get it in the end zone on third and goal. Touchdown, Utah! And the route is on.
Utah
And this kind of performance has to give this team so much confidence. Week 1, you go on the road into a hostile environment, and you put the beat down like this coaching staff is going to be happy on the ride home.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Colorado is currently trailing in this one, but I've seen crazier things at Folsom Field. Trust me when I tell you that. Guess what I'm saying is a comeback could be in the cards. It's less than a touchdown lead. They're trailing by 6 to S.
Got a little room. Wide open, and it's a foot race. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. No guts, no glory. Caught it in the end zone. Didn't hesitate for a millisecond to take that thing back, and boy, did it pay off.
And this is why kickoff returns are so exciting. There's so much space between you and the other team flying down the field. The only time he provided that much space, and you could tell he knew what to do with that space. Kicked on the Jets by Felicia.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He lobs one high down the left side. And he's got it inside the 15-yard line. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10. The Utes come to the line with a new set of downs. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. Brought down at the 7 after picking up 3. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to throw, it's Ellington. He's got it. Touchdown, Utes! And the stomping has commenced.
And everybody's getting in on the fun now for this offense. From the opening whistle, they have been up and down the field. Starters are scoring. You've got backups in the game now. And I love the play calling. These guys came to your school to play in this offense to score touchdowns, so let them go do it. Make this defense prove they can stop.
14.
Oh, he's going to take a chance and bring it out. He's got great speed. He's got an alley. There he goes. Open it up. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Wolfpack.
I'll tell you, you're lucky if you're watching a college football game and you see one return for a touchdown. That's now his 2nd of the game. This guy is absolutely lethal. He's shown you his open field running ability. He's shown you his speed. I'll be shocked if anybody kicks his way the rest of this game and the rest of the season.
The deficit is huge. This one is all but over, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really He'll take a shot. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run, then you open it up for the passing game.
Back to throw, it's Ellington. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. Oh, he missed it. No good. Guys, after this dominating performance, I guess the head coach wanted to be able to yell at the special teams coordinator. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Touchdown, NC State! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
Nice pitch, nice catch. And listen, maybe this helps next game, right? Like we're trying to find a rhythm, find something that works, find somebody to go to. And this offense is struggling. You're down by 1,000. But I like that they continue to fight.
They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the first down. And they'll come to the line just needing a few chain links for a first down.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
Motion from the offense. Touch pass on the run. Hit the afterburners, kid. Touchdown, Utah! And the pummeling has started. Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. Boy, they didn't exactly milk the clock on that drive, did they? 2 plays and into the end zone for the touchdown.
NC State, 28.
And that is not what they were after. Kickoff sails out of bounds, an excellent field position for this offense. The offense set for a first down play. Quarterback checking off. He's looking to throw it. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Broken up, incomplete, and nearly intercepted in the end zone. It'll be 2nd down.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Getting some heat. Takes a hit as he fires. The flag flies in as this one falls incomplete. We'll see who it's on. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. First down for this offense. He wants to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch. Moving into scoring territory at the 36 on first down.
Jackrabbit. Gorilla.
He's going to pass. Pocket starts to collapse. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together, run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in, you could tell. They were ready, they were fast, they were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Looking to throw it again. Uncorks one. They almost had another interception. They're trying to set records out there.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the fourth quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
Finds a crease at the 20. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it first and goal.
You know, as the head coach of this team, this is one positive you're going to take away from this game, is that your players don't quit, and they're still willing to fight. There's obviously a lot of things they've got to iron out offensively, and we've seen that today. But I do love...
And he takes it in the end zone for a touchdown, and a little window dressing here at the end of the game.
Yeah, and this offense needs a spark, man. Down big. Listen, it's game one. It's not the end of the world, but we got a deficit. Got to put some drives together. Nice drive here. Now the defense needs to do their part because they got to put this thing in turbo.
At this point, a comeback would take one of the biggest miracles in the history of the sport, but they'll line up for the onside kick. They're on it, and they get it back for another drive. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Here comes the offense on first down. With the game in hand, the offense choosing to just have the quarterback take a knee. We waited so long to start the season, and just the way you want to start it.